We know we can do on Saturdays. On Saturdays, we can learn at table the things them will happen in Sierra Leone during the past week. And another day we want can do today, we will save Google opportunity for call and be part of the program. Make we start with the COVID-19 status update. But as usual, we want to compare today's Saturday to last Saturday. Last Saturday, will be the 16th, and we will get 462 confirmed cases cumulatively. Last Saturday. Today, we get 621 confirmed cases cumulatively. Last Saturday, now be 462. Today, now 621. Last Saturday, the total number of deaths now be 29. Today, the total number of deaths now 39. When we say from last Saturday to today, now 10 people don't lost their life to COVID-19. Last Saturday, the new active case will begin at 15. Today back now 15. The number of cases them within an isolation center last Saturday now be 327. 327. Today now 341. 341. But when you check the recovery rates, you gonna say you go know the reason why you think say this one will go up a little, but make we go down. The number of people will be don't recover. The total number of people who will recover last Saturday now be 106. The number of people who don't recover now 241 today. So from last Saturday to today, you see the number great. Last Saturday, 106. This Saturday, 241. So you go find out, say, now we get low number on that, then people them waiting at the quarantine centers, the isolation center. Number of people waiting at quarantine are 2,143. Today, but last Saturday, that'll be 2,053. Last Saturday, number of people who don't come out of quarantine, now 2,513. But today, now 3,196. So you get the difference there, not so, from last Saturday to this Saturday. But the ones more we for take note of, now the cumulative confirmed case, where we get 400, and now we get 621. We'll come here last Saturday. These are the things that we passed through Sierra Network in radar. We will learn say the first doctor will die of coronavirus related. I can find out say lately, whenever EOC announce somebody die of COVID-19 of that kind of caliber, people in they come back and can debunk and say na lie then they lie. This one na be Dr. Samuel BCC. We will be learned say he died of the coronavirus. But people on that particular posting day, people come, that particular posting they get 162 comments and 64 shares. But a lot of that commenting are people who be they denying say this particular doctor na heart disease or heart attack or heart related death na he gets. And then they challenge the EOC for say no to coronavirus. And that particular Sunday day, we been get 43 confirmed new cases. Will not be the highest we don't ever get in one day. 43 and 3 deaths and 35 new recoveries. Now we get last Sunday. A posting be they go around that particular day. We say a Nigerian doctor they work na bomb and then claim say this Nigerian doctor then they pay him $20,000 per month. And 3 Nigerian newspaper them be report this particular issue. Then the presidential spokesman, Yusuf Keketoma, we get for issue a statement for say that particular posting there within that website not to go. And we be able for post in your statement and we be able for link waiting if people want to know waiting the website right, we'll be able for link waiting the website right. For say yes, then they say the Nigerian doctor then a salon where they fight against COVID-19. Then they take like something where then they brag about. And the government of Sierra Leone, they pay them $20,000. But Yusuf Kekotoma say, whatever the Nigeria website writes, not to true and a lie. We be lancing SL Mining. Then believe say the arrest to the arrest, they employ them. They say he unwarranted and an attempt for make them pressure and intimidate them. I don't know if you don't see SL Mining in the press release, but it's in our website. Then they claim by the press release say that incident will happen at Lunsar. Then be arrest some of them, expatriate them, then big allege them. Not to say now the one them or no, the big one then they arrest them. Then they claim say because them they don't take the government of Sierra Leone a court, not to salon court to out. So now then they make the government go arrest them people them for make them try for pressure them and for intimidate them. Now that's the rights and their own press release. Every on Sunday, I don't know if you get a chance where they talk about politics, peace and human rights, the Sierra Leone experience. On Monday, 11 a.m., the healthcare workers them and the healthcare professionals them and everybody where they work at the healthcare salon, 11 a.m., let me say for make everybody clap for them, for honor them. A particular one day not be go down well with some people in the diaspora, because then they claim say not to clap the healthcare workers then they eat. Let them pay them their money. Remember say last week we be deal with one of the issues then. They say make them pay them their money, not to clap then they eat, not to for clap for the normal, but rather they needed to be paid. The government be pull a press release say then they warn anybody where they destroy public property. For say if they catch person, the law go bet you Tranga 1. And we will also stream the Ministry of Finance, the press briefing on a project where they call the government Quick Action Economic Response Program. Quick Action Economic Response Program. Even during the week, we will play 1 or 2 clips. You can join me every day, you know how that one day be go. On Monday, we been get 14 new cases, 1 death, and 7 new recoveries. Now we'll be get on Monday. Yes, the Ministry of Finance be spend over 5 billion leones for purchase 30 SUV and 100 bikes for help for fight COVID-19 na Salone. Well, let's see for help the fight against COVID-19. I don't know, because today, I'm not saying not look clear, small, but if you try small, you go able for, maybe when I reach there, I go give the expenditure small. Say, not to these 30 SUVs and 100 bikes no more they don't buy. From the start of this COVID-19 for FETAM. Or maybe when I reach there, I go just give small by the expenditure. ACC, we want make we know say, then they investigate the allegation of corruption at the cash transfer program na Bombali. If you don't know it in NAXA, you know say the government begin NAXA 4 billion leons for say make them give vulnerable people them, disabled people them, for make them go help for cushion the effect. Well, the NAXA office na Makeni, we get an allegation. People them we can't talk say the people them where they work in that office they not give the people them where deserve the money. Then they go and look for people where they pass on tickets, then call them and say, come, go inside yonder. Then they give their name. Then say, go inside yonder. Where you go there? And they go give you 250,000. Then go. The people them, according to the video, see the people them, now they own phone number, the people then they use, but a different name than they give. Where you go, you take the 250,000 as you come on, though. That person will be tell you for going inside, they take 200,000 by the money. They give you 50,000. So the people the way then do that, they not be understand what in this scheme they for. They say I pass the person call them. So because of that, NAXA be pull press release, where they release them people and they, but until option back say no, they left them more. Instead of they can inside back, they can investigate. The camera, Sarah network camera, because waka na funkia, and we'll be share that video there. I don't know if you don't look at it, we'll try and make you look at. Now Monday, now in the judiciary of Sierra Leone, we tell we say the magistrate court number 1, the one where they Pademba Road, the one where they Ross Road, then all two then go open. They already do open. But then we tell you that on Monday. On Monday, we'll be deal with JJ Safa, the bread and butter where he try to explain about, say, yes, they go direct to the people them, but outside then they pump them, the people themselves for feel the effect. And we also discuss the impact of COVID-19 na small business there na Salone. We be learn say the healthcare ministry be engage parliamentarians them on how they for make the campaign popular about the COVID-19. Salone Parliament don't adopt, they say, a draconian media measures. Salone Parliament say any journalist we want for go na parliament for report on parliamentary sittings. Now, you media house get for send you to them, and then they vet you. They need referees, they need your educational qualification. They get a lot of things them where they ask for before you go able for go to parliament for reports. People then they say, wait to this one where Salone Parliament they try for can make now. Even if we go to parliament, we go check some of them here where they ask for. Then self. Some people and they we not even get GC. Not to me say now waiting people and they talk. Then say so why make for report waiting the happen na parliament? Parliament now one can team up now against the journalists them. For say you get forget this qualification, you get for don't attend so and so, you get for don't work as media person for so and so, you for then get this longer list. Then get this longer list. But a lot of people they don't come out, don't condemn. But Salone Parliament, we go see how that one they go end up. But for now, na the own side still stand. We be land say Sierra Leone be receive 2,500 viral transport medium test kits from West African Health Organization. If you say na WHO no more the World Health or the West African, then say get them on. Then say begin alone 2,000, but now under ECOWAS though 2,500 viral transport medium test kits, and then begin alone. Well, we not see the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, neither the EOC talk nothing about this. But we'll be breaking the news because we know it is na ECOWAS then Twitter handle for say then give we this, they even snap the boxes there where they reach Salone. So we be can with them make we all know say that one they don't reach Salone. On Tuesday, we will get 15 new confirmed cases, 0 death, and 19 new recoveries. We will also launch President Bio be discussed with other Africa compatriots them about the COVID-19 response where in don't get other African head of state them be did the NSSF be able for talk with him they don't do for fight COVID now in different countries them and President Bio be take part. We know say Honorable David Pandanoa, the president be appoint him as the new Minister of Internal Affairs. So if you go to the office, go take in seat, he come on the Road Safety Authority now in the Internal Affairs. So the outgoing Internal Affairs Minister be go hand over the seat to him. Honorable Tambalamina will convene a strategic expert group meeting for strengthening the draft decentralization policy for Sierra Leone. And we all know say Nadande will be deal with Naya on Tuesday. On Wednesday, the Star TV Good Morning Show be engage security stakeholders them from ONS, from police and from prison. We'll be share that video there. You watch them. We'll be asked the question and we don't know if the answer we'll ask will be there inside the video. The lawyer then where they represent Silver Blinding, then be asked say the government of Salone for release them. And we'll be share the letter and the posting and everything. If you go on our website, it did it. That quick action economic response, we government one launch, it get for cost $156 million. $156 million now it get for cost. On Wednesday, will be registered 36 new confirmed cases, 1 new death, and 38 new recoveries from coronavirus. You remember the last 10 Naya, we'll be talk about QCell, Natcom, AfriCell, and Orange. Well, now they don't pull a communique where they all sign. Say nobody enough for bullying company and QCell for go pan 590. QCell for left for sell, give people them 400 leons, even for go pan 590. If you want to know all the other rest where did it, check the website it did it. National Tourist Board say they want for correct one post. We're not correct about Sierra Leone. Well, we be post within National Tourist Board say, and then we be show the link to the website where they write there. The people them within other websites they write a lot of dangerous things them about Sierra Leone. How Salone are safe. A lot. So now that one day, now in the National Tourist Board become for camp because the touristic website and then thing can say it go hamper, it go make tourists them not able to cancel on if they read waiting the one in they put but salon at their website. That same Wednesday day, President Biobi engaged civil society leaders them on COVID-19 and other development issues them. That same Wednesday day, we will learn from Lamranaba of AYV, say Solomon Jamiru, when I had the response spokesperson for COVID-19, be confirmed to and say, yes, Dr. Minkai Luba test positive for coronavirus. But that particular one day, na call Lamrana be call, he say, in get information, say, na so it all land say, this particular person die of coronavirus. So he call Jamiru for saying, na so I hear you, na true. Well, Jamiru say, because in here, Lamrana don't talk, so he feel say, they out there already, so he just tell Lamrana, say, yes, na true. Lamrana count them, post them, we self-take them, we share them. Then people in begin say, because we all see, I don't know if you see, but a lot of people see the video of the late man in burial, how they handle the coffin and the crowd and all those things. And Lamrana say, he ask the family, say if they be informed and say, this person die of COVID-19, the family say no, then call them, then give them the body, and then go bury the late famble. So then they bring beaucoup questions, say, who stand they know, who stand they no know, and all these things. But if you follow up with the daily COVID-19 updates, even though they are not that, why each day? They don't look efficient anymore anyway. On Wednesday, we began learning the leaked constitutional instrument document on setting up the emergency fund for COVID-19, where they say as long as they report to the president, it's fine. Anybody who can ask them, they just tell them, say they don't tell the bar. Case closed. Nadane will be dealt with on Wednesday. On Thursday, we get 15 new confirmed cases, 1 new death, and nobody not be recovered from coronavirus. Yes, EDSA don't pull press release for say Bumbuna Hydro, it is on maintenance. I think they start from the 22nd, they go there till the 29th. And they do the necessary things so that when the rain sit down so better one, they had to go pump the light and blackout not go there. So then they'll try to encourage people them. Say for right now, blackout get for the day. Because then get for the ration the lights to different areas them. On Thursday, President Bill will meet with the diplomatic community in Sierra Leone. Everybody don't gladdy. Yes, with the carry now waiting the diplomatic community go say. The president first talk, and for say he just repeat everything where he say, and that in broadcast about APC, terrorists, and all the rest. So, President talked on, the foreign minister talk, then they said, then they expect now the international community, the diplomatic people are now for talk. However, all cameras should leave. All camera for left. People then begin to say, camera, we not for see what they talk, we not for hear. I think that particular meeting day, then for we don't make we understand, say, they're going to have an open session and a closed session. So I don't think, say, people for be shocked. Even AYV, we want to make like say, then we get for call them by name, say AYV. Alele, low they go. But if on the onset, everybody be don't know, I believe say AYV for no announcer, for say, we're going to have an open session and we're going to have a closed session. Not only me know, you know. When the open session reach, then say, okay, this time the open session where the president they talk. Then when the closed session reach, then say, okay, the open session done. We thank you very much for una come. Una can please excuse now, make we get a closed session meeting. And nothing say the backlash will happen that day. For be happen. If not so, then be explained to we all. But however, we all feel say we can't agree within the international community they say. Pastor Monao he say, hey, una they go no. Una they left. Una they go. If you watch the video, they see and all, and they move all, they make and. Una go, una go. Whilst now, if that understanding they be done there, and not get for make. For just reach to the time to say it's a closed session. Thank you very much for your time. Can you guys please leave? But what do I know, Seth? Eh? That same Thursday, they will be land, say 102 young people in Abo. They don't get shortlisted for business startup through the youth ministry. There is a video where Campaign for Human Rights Development International, CHADI, then do, where the president of Sierra Leone, politicians and citizens, then they may talk about that video, they will then say, let we talk about peace. We'll be sharing at the platform. And I believe, say, if you listen, you will get something out of it. The Ministry of Tourism, with senior staff them, and also the National Tourist Board, the management staff, they say they extend solidarity to the Aberdeen community with commodity items, sanitizers, and also face masks and rest. We share them. ACC, you remember that Chinese rest? You remember the Honorable Minister, Timbo, we be there now, we come up basic education, we go labor, but we know they no sign rights now. Remember where the rest business become, eh? Well, ACC say, they don't keep that rest, they say they don't charge the matter now. So then things say it's high time make them hand over this rest to the Ministry of Basic Education. So then we get for hand over 868 bags of rice. Then they hand over to the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary School. Yes, most people they call them the Chinese rice. Well, they don't hand over the rest now. Hope say other one no go come. And imagine the rest, the total number of bag for B 49,000. 49,000. Nine the bag for B, the total number. But only 868 bag. Now ACC be able to lay hand pa. If you be follow the findings where ACC be give, they don't shape the rest. They don't shape that rest. So this not the one will not be shaped yet. State House begin for pull their own part of waiting be happen at the meeting. Then tell we say the diplomatic community na Sierra Leone be commend the government in effort for fight COVID-19, and also the diplomatic community be condemn all acts of violence na Sierra Leone. All acts of violence na Sierra Leone. Then in our State House, right? And we put, oh yeah, people in Ghana, bam, now the comment section. They can't, they can't talk past here and network to say, una no be dede, nobody be dede. How una can write this? I don't know why people don't read. If you click the link, you go find out say, na status na right. Not to share a network right. But we have to share to people because we get a lot and a large of followings. And if we share, please click and read so you will get a better understanding. If you want to keep yourself abreast with the latest and known news, snradio.net, you go find and day. And that day we will also share the statement where President Bio begin at the meeting with the diplomatic corporation. On Thursday, it was a heavy one here at the program because what you know, we will go all the way to Kuwait and we will be hearing stories them from Sierra Leonean brothers them and sisters them at Kuwait. Some part of the program was interesting. Some part of the program was emotional. Some part of the program was informative. But I believe, say, you will be listening to that program day. If somebody in a salon call you, say they want to go to that country day, I believe you get the best advice now. Forgive them. We be able for share yesterday, Friday the 22nd, at noon, the First Lady of Sierra Leone say in the Eid Mubarak message. And we share that message day live as it be the game. I think you don't see a lot will happen na State Lodge. In all the message, the people them where they also where they work for them. You also give each one a purse, 2 bags of rice, per mine. Also by the food basket too, and the workers' basket. We be share the press release, the press statement from the Motor Drivers and Workers Association. Remember, they say, starting from Monday, they with police and traffic warden then go begin for enforce. They don't say ordinary enforce though. They say rigid face mask enforcement. Then go begin. Oh yes. As if you don't get face mask, you know the load not in transport. That's a waiting motor drivers they say. They say then go do on with other police and traffic warden. Make them they sink first. Because talk small but I yesterday. But they can't. Yesterday the number na be 21 new case, 3 new death and 25 new recoveries. We be also learn from CTC when are they the number 1 people and for import rice Kana Salon. For say then get sufficient stock of rice in the country. So because we say people that don't begin buy, they go keep rest they can done. They say make you not buy and begin keep on. The rest day, make nobody not feel otherwise. And we also learn say tomorrow, Sunday, na Ramadan, the Eid, and Monday go be public holiday na Salon. Maritime, there's something wrong about maritime. From the past regime to even this present regime. If I'm not mistaken, now almost 2 or 3 terms, they don't change administration na maritime. Either they don't charge, either anti-corruption don't charge, they don't charge. So now, administrative inquiry into the activities of the Sierra Leone Maritime Administration, they go on. You could wonder, maritime. Then you no go surprise back. Because all the commotion, all the god can always get for do with corruption. Dr. Serabendo, the last one we come all the way anti-corruption. We get for indict. We hear much money than saying do they. We not even say you. So I hope so we go get right person for yonder. Because the way they happen now, I don't know if maritime really the benefits we country. Yesterday, we'll be talking about the multi-system inflammatory syndrome, picking them from COVID-19. With Dr. Aissatou Kakejalo, I become break and down for we fine one. Make we all go understand. Now, waiting we land say. You know, say yesterday after we don't talk, myself the Rob Mott say, how na drivers union then I then go can't give voice and this and that. Well, Ministry of Health and Sanitation, they don't pull their own. You know what they say? They say from the 1st of June, police and military, they begin for enforce. If you cannot do, you can't be public, you know, a face mask, you go get police and soldier for contend with. It make me wonder now, say, what to? The Drivers Union don't give their own. Say then they work with police and traffic warden. Then they start on Monday, the 25th. Now, Ministry of Health and Sanitation don't can give their own. Then say then they use police and soldier. Then they start on the 1st. So now what are we for listen to now? So it make you the one that say, then people are they only they see one side. Because if they all be they see one side, by right, the drivers union and the ministry for able for see one side and make the statement one. Why the drivers union they can't tell we say on Monday then they begin their own. On a the practice session then they. Then Ministry of Health say the soldier and the police there. If you come on do Monday, I'm the 1st of June, you know wear face mask. Well ready you. Because you know that lockdown, this last lockdown, wouldn't be the beat the man with that blue t-shirt. That video day where we post them on Sierra Network. So this last evening when I check, the video don't get 1.5 million views. 1.5 million views. And the video don't get on Sierra Network. I watch the views, I say, oh God, I just wish it was something that portrays Sierra Leone in a very positive way. But however, waiting the security personnel do was wrong. It was wrong and totally wrong. And we hope say this one way they don't can give them power now say people for wear face mask. But again, then they come with responsibility too. Because when they see the police them and also the military personnel them, they say now they wear face mask in public. They know they wear the face mask. So you can't come and say you apprehend somebody if you know wear face mask without you wearing it. And I want for Phil say the Ministry of Health and Sanitation need for explain to we waiting go happen with somebody come on do in our face mask. Because as it is, there's no explanation. Then just say police and soldier them, now then go enforce, make people learn wear face mask. But waiting go be the punishment for defaulters. They not tell we. Then just remind we say, if it be mandatory, and aware say more people them exposed to COVID-19 infection through the respiratory tract system, all land and they explain. Then they still crave the indulgence of every Sierra Leonean across the country for ensure say they get their face mask on anytime they can public. The last paragraph say, effective from the 1st of June 2020, this policy will be enforced by the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces and the Sierra Leone Police for national compliance. Use face masks to save Sierra Leone. How are they going to enforce it? Then get one inside bag where you know where they give you, let you wear, or then they say let you pump, or then they say then they beat you. They not tell me nothing about that. Well, today, now the 23rd, we just hope say, down the road, before the 1st of June they come, then we can tell we, the people them would engage, know where I'm, waiting for happening with them. Or else, I'm afraid, it's going to go out of hand. It's definitely going to go out of hands. Make soldier man or policeman or put in your rule. So why catch you so you know where I am? Well, that's also going to happen. We be suicide President Biobi continue for engage development partners them on COVID-19 response. Make a give you the updates for COVID-19 for today. Today we get 15 new confirmed cases. 15 new cases. And if we break down the 15 new cases, Western area urban, 14. Western area rural, 1. Bombali, 1. 15 new cases. And now the cases them, I give you so. We get 1 new death. And 11 people them will recover from coronavirus na salon. We be suicide the vice president. They talk with the security officers them na mile 38 checkpoint to make them really understand waiting then they deal with. Because we know say the inter-district lockdown they on, but oh yeah, new cases then still they pop up. Ministry of Finance say they don't spend over 43 billion leones already for fight COVID-19 na salon. 43 billion leones, now they don't spend for fight COVID-19 na salon. Okay, this now waiting until we the expenditure depend. Because we all know waiting the donation then be look like. I just want to go by this expenditure quick. Transfer to NACSA, you remember? NACSA, that 4 billion where government gain NACSA for getting vulnerable people them. Where the thing will happen at McKinney, what be explained just now. Now 4 billion, and then spend for NACSA, then Ministry of Health and Sanitation, then get in 3 billion, and say na impasse to ministry. Mr. said the feds na small. Impress to Ministry of Health and Sanitation because it's not clear about our fed forget the number 3 billion. Payment for 8 ventilators, 832 million. Purchase of 60 motorbikes for the military. listen, oh, yeah, I make a tell we just and say, oh, we see that 30 and 100, not to no more. Listen now, yeah. Purchase of 60 motorbikes for the military. 1.1 billion, 1.2 billion. Purchase of 40 bikes for the police. 868 million. EOC operational activities. EOC operational activities. 12 billion leons. 12 billion leons. Transfer to the Ministry of Health and Sanitation for the lockdown. 6 billion leons. Advance payment for 30 vehicles and 100 bikes for fight COVID-19 through the EOC. 5.9 billion leons. Now that what we see, they go around. Remember, I talked just for 60 for the military, 40 for police, dynamics for this one, where now the advance payment for 30 vehicle and 100 motorbikes. Transfer to EOC for lockdown, 6.5 billion leons, where the total expenditure come to 43 billion leons. So now so, then number then they will give you so. Now so it take come to 43 billion leons. The camera be go work on a Kobe, and we be also share that video there within the camera Fenot na Kobe. Well, Nadentia na pass through share network in radar. Make we call to Usman Toli. Make himself can give a summary for what he get for we today. Yes, Usman Toli, you get the platform, sir.
Thank you very much, our able CEO, for this fantastic summary of what on pass throughout this week. And also, I will wish all we Muslim brothers and sisters them Eid al-Mubarak. And I hope say God will continue for guiding us alone, especially these difficult and trying times with the COVID-19. Yes, quickly, I'll start with the statistics. We the COVID-19 statistics. Well, the results actually not encouraging when you think about what happened last week to this week. We don't see the total infection go up by nearly 25% from last Saturday to this Saturday. And also, we look at the death rate, itself don't go up. I think 10 people more. And the death rate, as they always compare them with the other countries, them or neighboring countries like Liberia, Guinea, and, we get the highest death rate. We get the highest death rate. Look at, for example, think about Gambia. So far, they only get one person we don't die. And this don't happen, I think, over nearly a month ago. And the total infection rate there is just about 25 people. In Guinea, interestingly, they get over 3,000 people that we don't infected. And the death rate is only about 19 people. And look at Liberia, for example, again. Then they move at a very steady rate. The death rate there is just about 24 people out of a total infection of about nearly 250 people. So you see where you analyze data, sometimes you find for let's look at the benchmark, you compare them with other countries, them who want to get similar features, want to get similar characteristics them. So now that make, I think, say, as far as me concerned, an office say, would do well in that respect. Although the government, they try, we don't cry them down completely, because we all know, say, at the beginning, the proactive measures that we didn't take help. Otherwise, maybe by now it will be worse. Quickly, I don't say you talk about some measures the way they don't take, because we know, say, the western area is still at the epicenter. Today we get 13 out of 15. So the western area urban is still a concern. That is to say, major part of Freetown is still a very serious concern, a cause for concern. So we're not surprised when we see some measures when they come up, because I think the government need to take some actions in order to correct the situation, because the numbers are not telling well. And as you rightly say, we don't see the government, through the Ministry of Health and Sanitation and the EOC, they don't come up with their own measures then. They say, as from the 1st of June, everybody is compulsory for everybody for wear masks. Although this don't come to effect long time ago. But I think, one thing we've been lacking is the fact that they're not being enforced. Now they say that they use the military as well as the police for enforcement. I think that, to me, is a correct move as far as we're concerned. I think not the right move, because we all know, social distancing is a big problem in the country. I think this is a time now for let the government stand up and say, look, we get to try to enforce this law, because we still see a good number of even the government officials then, and they appear in a public place, still the no mask up. But I feel if you bring this thing, we go watch them, say, look, when they come with this law, we expect them for enforcement. And also, we look at the leadership of the Motor Drivers Union. Then some of them come up with a press release, say, as for Monday, this Monday coming, they're not going to allow anybody in a public transport or anybody for appearing at any of the transport without a mask up. And then they use traffic warden as well as the police for enforcement. Then again, we don't see the Freetown City Council. They specifically for the marketplace. For say anybody where they go to the market, you get for mask up, and then get other principles, other things that we then include inside that your principle we then come up with. I think generally it's a good fight. They are good measures, but the problem when we get with this, as you don't say, AAA, is that we know they see coordination here, and I think one of the biggest problem where the whole fight gets about is the problem of coordination. We want to see coordination. Even this mask business, nothing where they don't bring, where they don't talk, say, in mandatory, but they don't be enforced. We don't know who and who were responsible for coordinate the activities of all them tier where they come up with, all them strategy where they come up with. And to be honest with you, there is a problem. Although it's a good thing, this is why when they talk, say, if you quite remember AAA, they say Parliament for be don't meet back after the president be don't declare a state of emergency, for let them meet. Let them go devise or bring up draft some regulations them where they guide the principle of this state of emergency. But it not be happen. Now the question where are they continuously asked? Just like you say, somebody come on, you go use public transport or come on a public, then you don't wear mask. The question is, what are the punishment where they will give this post here? This is not the question. Because for enforce for enforce something, you get forget a principle will guide them. You get forget something to say, when you do this, now this will happen to you. Otherwise, you will end up in a situation whether the enforcement officer it go beyond what they expect them for do, or you're not able to enforce them at all. One of these things for likely happen. Whether they use excessive force on people, like what you would see during lockdowns, because there are no regulations, no principles, no the way guide, waiting for do in a situation like this. Yeah? So I think one of the factors then the way you get for India, the measures the way they take. If no more, then be able to put them here and get the principles we guide them. I think a step in the right direction. We need steps them. We go help. Because the rate at which this infection will go, it's worrying. It's worrisome. It's alarming. As I said before, when this reach 1,000, it will be a little bit problematic. We'll not be pessimistic, but at least let's be realistic that sometime we'll be talking here so that people can understand how they come out. Okay, so that is it about the statistics. Now, I get some other issues that we bring we're quite sensitive, like that of late Dr. Minkailu in funeral. I understand we say Lamman as journalists they come out, because when somebody die, and this now a state of emergency, we all know say government be don't pass the law say, enough for pass more than 50 people when we get a gathering, enough for pass more than 50 people. But in the case of I sympathize with that, totally sympathize with them. We understand with the family and everything. Right? But I think if EOC be don't know say this man he gets COVID-19, I think the number of people that want to see for go better, Dr. Minkailu, and the way how they play with that curfew, it's a bit worrisome. Because at the end of the day, we all know, how dangerous, how contagious the disease is. For go allow large amount of people together for go better, I don't know how people can see them, but I think the government or EOC for that advice. Say, look, if they don't know the result, I know I make clamor and be the ask. If they don't know the result, say this person died of COVID-19, I know say therefore don't put, certain measures in place for this number of people we will bear the late Dr. Minkailu Ba. I think that's now a cause for concern. Okay, moving on. Also, you talk about the Minister of Finance, an income and expenditure statement on COVID-19. I look at myself through your post, and I see they said a total amount of money where they don't receive for COVID-19, the donations them from the public now, private entities and everything. They say now 53 billion leones. 53 billion leones. That is about $5.3 million, if I'm not mistaken here. 53 billion leones is about $5.3 million, I think. And then get another one where I think about $50,000 separate because done at the Forex. I think I put not the same account, but separate. And they say they not expend about 43 billion leones, which is about $4.3 million. And they say the balance we left today, I think is about 10 billion leones. Yeah, it's about 10
yes, now
billion
10.3 billion, 10 billion,
yeah, that's right, about yes, 10 billion leones, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's not much left. There's not much left. And when you look at that, when you look at the donations or the contributions that we have, I think the government, now the largest contributor. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the government contributes
45 billion.
I think 45 billion.
45 billion, yes. And the government
$4.5 million now the government contributes. So the other one, them all now just something 1 billion here, 1 million there, and all that. So the question where I really, worried. You see the kind of expenditure one they expend on a daily basis. Then when I go pull money for go buy SUVs, these are difficult times. Quote according to your size. So it's not like Ebola. This now COVID-19, when a pandemic, where all over the world today, and every country is struggle at the moment. Every country is struggle. So the small one or all official are for all and final. Because at this point in time, the countries are where they help. They all struggle right now. Yeah? The only thing, I don't say IMF, I don't say the World Bank, they help. But we don't expect much as we get from the Ebola. We know they get like how we been getting during the time of the Ebola. Because this now, a global phenomenon. So let them be careful. But what are they trying for? The main key here is this. Yeah? Right now, it's difficult for law we say whether it's right or not. When you look at the income and expenditure state, now just a summary of how much they receive and how much they spend. It's very difficult to tell whether those figures, are correct or wrong. But at the end, when all this is over, then therefore go to parliament, then we'll give an account. Break this thing down. Yeah? How they spend them, how they not spend them. Then the Auditor General says therefore can inside. He can check and see what happen. Well, this is why the problem where KKY when you talk about this lead me to KKY in leaked documents. Now it could be the worry for letting people here not protect themselves. Now KKY express in concern. Because the problem is we don't say we get the Public Procurement Act 2016 and the Public Financial Management Act the same year 2016. Yeah? Now are the only one where it talks say any procurement or any spending where they want to do, yeah, then get for do them through proper accounting procedures. You get for tender the procurement thing, that contract thing. So if you come out, you talk say, well now, because of emergency, sometimes we need money quickly. So now if government want acquire property for the sake of COVID-19, that Procurement and Financial Services Act, apply. What did they try for hide? Yeah? What did they try for hide? That is to say, therefore go through the procurement rules. Therefore tender that hosting, normally if we say, well, now we tender this contract. How many people want bring their host and they no tender them? The best bid, they will go for them. But this time now, we want exempt the one and this is not the cause for concern. Now, one of the concerns that this way, we KKY the raise. And what in KKY they argue, he said there is already a provision. Now, the Procurement and Financial Management Act for speedy, if you need money quickly, there is something there where you go do through that thing they will give you the provision for you to acquire that money very quick. Because the argument is, let me tell you, the argument is, then say, this COVID-19, not emergency thing. Sometimes they can go open a center, they want some logistics. They don't want to go through all that processes, then it's a wasting time. That is what they are saying. That's their own argument here. But KKY come back say, look, there is a provision already, now the act, where give life no one money quickly, so why when I want bypass, we attempt for go give account na parliament. That is the concern where KKY been put forward to, right? That is all we are saying here. So we worry about the COVID-19 funds. We believe we not say there is anything wrong with the income and expenditure account statement with them produce, with them not make public, But when time come, then therefore break this thing down, then therefore explain how this money they spend them, and then also let them think say the Auditor General themselves therefore come, they can't do your accounting, and then later the Anti-Corruption Commission they can say. So now that number we want to put on the table today so that I will give chance to other people. And thank you very much, AAA. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Make we come with Aissatou. With doctor in the house. Yesterday, a question became up, but tell you the question they come up, Aissatou be don't go off the line. Almami be they ask yesterday say if waiting they happen with the body of somebody will die of COVID-19, if they seek the transfer to other people if they touch the body. Then a question will become for you yesterday, but together you did drop down, and that's when the question came in and be promised the person. And even just now, you don't comment against him, I cannot forget to ask you a question. So okay. If we the Rob Mott not forget for Rob Mott, but with all waiting we do this week, waiting a summary.
Okay, thank you very much. In terms of that question we Almami asked, it depends how you've been touched the body. If you've been touched the body, first of all, good evening, everyone. And I just want to start by just talking straight on. So good evening, everybody. I hope everybody do well. And I wish everybody, we celebrate Eid Mubarak. And the Ramadan don't go by so quickly. And with the hope, with the prayers, then, this fast, so everybody fast, this COVID-19, it will come under control. We believe in the faith, and, we know, say, we made so many prayers then, and we know, say, other people then back to do prayers then, different religions, and so we all try, we best and look up to God for, the Almighty Allah for really help me with this COVID-19 and give me the directions and we will need for this COVID-19, done at the world, because really, it don't really show we say, what, now in the above everybody, for loud all day now host not the work, me the work, but some most people are not the work, and the things that really happen at the world right now, we just get for, as we take measures, then we therefore look up to, the Almighty Allah for in guidance and in directions and how it will with for combat this sickness here. So then I want to go into alarming questions since that was the one yesterday. So depending on how you come in contact with the body, because even when within our hospital, when patient died, they wrap, they clean the patient, wrap the body and take out, all the other equipment, then we still need for, wear, personal protective equipment. So, if you're not being wearing any personal protective equipment, you come in contact with any of like a droplet, even though the person not there alive anymore, then, them being positive, you really at risk before running out like a contact, to somebody, even if you don't travel that area where you say, the COVID-19, now epidemic in the area. So that now one thing. So I guess, if not possible way this happen to let them observe themselves and monitor their symptoms and make sure, the healthcare providers know that happened. If you can recall during the other Ebola thing and they really deal with the body then and therefore wear protective gears, for make sure say, they're not come in contact with anything where, get that virus. So I believe same same goes for this one because it's depending on how you assist with the body and things like that. So now that I believe now the key. Yes, you're at risk, for really, get the virus. So that's not one thing I know say, based on, evidence, clinical evidence, and working with, people and have taking care of dead bodies in a hospital setting, things that we can do, some of the things and then we see you therefore be protected. I hope that helped a little bit with the question we Almami asked. And now we think in terms of the mask thing, we even yesterday in a discussion, we didn't want to reinforce and even further. I believe say like everybody really take it seriously because, wearing the mask, it will really save your life. It will save the other person as well, where you become, where they out there, where they say, then they do the right thing. Or if they do the right thing, then you really not help the country, they help, this virus here. So, like, for example, the governor of New York State, he preach so people then say, wear mask because it saves your life, it saves, other people around you. I hope and the pray say we parliamentarians and we elected officials them, then they do the same thing, and as then they do that, then they follow the measures then, because when they tell somebody say let him do something, when they say you know they do it. We're ready for talk. Now the mic, when they interview you take the mask, you put on. So what they tell the general public, they tell and say, what, I'm uncomfortable. So what? So I'm sure you are uncomfortable. So that means you don't need to follow the right measures. Let me then say let you wear cloth face mask. They're not saying like you wear N95, where you see them for fit test you first before you can wear them. Because then they come in two sizes, regular and small. So based on your face structure, then you wear that, so that they can give you some difficulty in breathing. But the cloth mask, now something where we say even sometimes they see people and they use bandanas just to tie around their nose, so that you can even breathe normally. The one thing where spread the germs or the virus to any other person. So there we people then ask you to talk to people then you self they follow the example, you follow the measures them, because we really want to see how best if everybody come together, how we will get rid of COVID-19.
I want to hold you on that quick, Aisatu.
Yeah.
We get comments in Facebook. I just want to read one for you. It says masks supposed for use them limited time. You say if you wear them for long term, it gets something to do with oxygen and it reduce now your blood. You say you go start for feel weak and might also lead to death. He said then they advise for pull them off when you're there alone and make you not use them within a house. You go only use them within a crowded place. And when you're in close contact with one or more people, he say for reduce the use of the mask where you isolate yourself. He say they advise people for you use mask for 8 hours and make sure say you get like 2 for change them when necessary for keep yourself safe, sound and healthy. The side I want to focus per month. I always say if you wear them for long term, the oxygen in your blood reduces. So I don't know what you want to tell me about that.
I really not see a study where you confirm that, say it will reduce your oxygenation in your blood. It could be say this person get some kind of respiratory or cardiac problem for let that happen, right? I did work a 10-hour shift. So, even though after I don't clinic, I did still then I'm in office, I get the mask on. And actually I did wear N95 along with the surgical mask I wear over. Why they wear the surgical mask over the N95? I wear them because, if anybody come in contact with me, so now that surgical mask they now can actually exchange. Like once I don't see a patient, then I change them so that that outside, if somebody kind of sneeze or cough around me, it's like I don't get that day with me all day. Somebody said, would go and spread them around there because, somebody talked to you, for loud, or, definitely the virus is staying at the air for a little bit, at least 8 minutes it can stay there. So in terms of the oxygenation, there has to be some kind of respiratory or cardiac on the line caused in that particular person. So that research I'm yet to see, I'm yet to verify, right? So when you deal with patients, then, especially if you look at the inpatients, meaning like patient and the hospitalized, you go to one patient, if they wear a surgical mask, they recommend you exchange them. So that time in between, you don't actually, get some kind of breathing space. And then I agree, say, when you there alone, if you're not there with patients, you're not there with other people that, like you host today, you don't need the mask. Because I'm the host, I need to wear the mask. Right? But if anybody's sick, I'm the host, like you can only be sick, and me wear the mask, not the host. Why? Because me being feel sick, now me being sick, and I don't want, if my result being, luckily my result being negative, if my result being come positive, I don't want for them expose everybody in the household. So when they definitely don't need to, but as far as I know, if not cloth mask, not to N95, you okay for wearing, just like the surgical mask. The surgical mask, in get more room compared to the N95. The N95, it creates a seal around your nose and your mouth. So it's very difficult not to for everybody. So it depends on which type of mask where you wear in a public area. When you don't see it in a public area, you get for the talk, you get for the run, and then you will become out of breath. Right? So when you take care of patients, you don't wear the N95, you really go there, you get a very minimal conversation with the patient within at the isolation room. So you really face any difficulty then. So in terms of the fit testing, because that's something what they do every year. What, when if you say like the hospital, they make you go through some training and then you go do fit testing on a yearly basis as you do your annual physical exam. So when you put the mask on, then they make like you, and then they spray something with, under the hood. Then they put hood over the mask, with you. Then they spray some kind of like chemical. Chemical will not go hurt you in a sense. So then they spray them like so that way we'll just find out if you really get a tight seal, so that chemical, so just like an example, say the virus not will come in contact with you, and why they don't do that, then they give a paragraph for read. This is how then they do the fit testing. Then they give a paragraph for read, during when they read for see, okay, when you talk, and when you open your mouth, if you inhale any of them, things the way they don't spray inside the hood, for me, because a clear hood, you see through, they see through, for let you see and read and all those things. If you experience any problem during that time, then you need to pass that fit testing. So then they let you go see your doctor for let him clear you. Then they will do like some kind of respiratory, like pulmonary function test for see how well your lung they expand, and deflate, like inflation and deflation. So now like a test where you go do now a special study. So that's.
Yes, there is another question, quick one before because I'm not saying a summary. Somebody asked if you get the virus through your eyes, then.
Yes, if you and dirty. So now the three openings in now you face, your eye, your nose, and your mouth. So if you touch an area where infected, where the virus did it, you touch them, and you accidentally touch your eye. It will go inside your eye. Because there are they all are like a mucous membrane where they say then they take in, viruses, and then depending on how you protect yourself, you recall before the mask, we always preach say, no touch your face with dirty hands. Now for wash your hand all the time, right? So that we preach. Why? For that we understand. See, now your eye, now your nose, and the mouth. That's the ways that you're gonna contract this virus, especially when you come in contact with it.
Okay. Yes, you can carry on.
Okay. So as for me, the mask is very important for long with wear them in public areas. Them, if they're alone, definitely not a different story, and also we can at a motor car, remember you don't like public motor car, you don't touch the doorknob, you don't know that being touched. That person they you not been wash the hand. If the driver get hand sanitizer, ask and let them then you clean your hand. If you get now the post, use them. We get off again now for use them, and then we gonna place say what did it? Use soap and water and wash your hands. Now, that's the most effective way to get rid of germs. Any germs where they see with your naked eye. Now, only under microscope that you're able to see that. And hand washing really they save lives even before COVID-19. Now, a clinical and evidence-based practice we don't use now a health setting. For no say, we wash your hands between patients. You need to transfer infection from one place to the other. And you want to wear gloves, not to the way to go. Gloves, you just going to carry the virus and you touch, you touch your phone, you touch your device, you touch too many things then where you say, wash and you feel say, okay, I don't protect myself. You're not going to reach me. Or you're not going to reach you, but you forget one thing. You forget say, it will reach the other person where they can't behind you. Because you don't touch them with your gloves where you say, you don't touch all day, all over, and you don't clean, not exchange the gloves. If you exchange the gloves between areas, a different story. And when you wear gloves back, if I wash your hand, then we take them off. If I wash your hand, and so they use gloves. So all the things that's over there they try to do out there, really, if you think of it clinically, not to so it will happen. And you mask again when you wear, make sure you hand and clean. And make sure you get at least 3 pairs of masks where they say you could exchange, you can wash the other one, in the evening when you get to your house, and then you put another one on. So that's not the education piece of COVID-19 where I will continue to talk to the people, them, Lord really take this very seriously and no say if we take them seriously, the same way we don't begin to see other countries and all they open. We say we go down with this COVID-19, we will return back to normal. Because right now, I feel say we on trend now, up it go. And then they go down. And for you say you really begin to open the country to a full business. If we're there at a plateau, meaning like a very low number, it is steady. Therefore, at least, 2 weeks, for you begin to say, okay, we do well. Like New York, when I be the epicenter. Now, admission rate, now the hospital about COVID-19, it don't decrease dramatically. I look at that yesterday. I'm like, wow, New York, we're getting somewhere. It made me happy just to know that people then follow the measures them. And now today, we see that difference, the way you see, the governor still feel safe for open 100%, but really, they're going to be open. You see, they're going to open not 100%, but we're getting there. Now, I want to go into the money side in terms of the money. How do they use the money? Fund their way. It is the international community, they help the country for fight COVID-19. The question is, you buy them vehicles, they are then funded and then SUVs. Them. Any of them most current include ambulance, maybe me and I know that party.
Not at all.
Ambulance?
No, no. Now, if we make a total, now 200 motorbikes and 30 SUV.
Okay, any of them, they not feel say there'll be a need for buy couple of ambulances. Where they say we don't see people, then the way they treat people, then we don't go pick them up now their house, say they get COVID-19, so they carry them in a quarantine center. They not be feel say important for let them get instead of the Honda or the SUV, let them get well equipped ambulance where they say even after COVID-19, and they will use their ambulance and they for improve the health system. I think say the government therefore sit down. Some people need for come on board. We really know good strategies in how we use finance. Me to financial person, but I'm not saying where you get your money, the way they use your money, it matters. The way you want to spend the money, it matters. You just go buy clothes. Where you don't say you don't get food in the house. Or where you don't say you don't pay for your mortgage, or you don't pay for your rent. I think that's something the government need to pay attention to. They're not giving money, so they go buy a motor car, for beginning to run and buy gas, all that just for cost money, and that's what the money they done. They're not going to think about that. And what about the people that are waiting at Connaught Hospital? Constantly, people when they die from Connaught Hospital. I asked the last time, what thing they go on? They really are they really checking to see why them people that they die in a Connaught hospital? Maybe the physician they not get the help what they need. Like I say, I watched Dr. Bal there. He talk. Then they face some constraints there. At that place there, 12 isolation rooms, and then you expect, let them use this, like they memorize, they don't memorize the vital signs them for the patients then before they come out. Just listening to him, I'm like, how can somebody want to work in this way and feel safe? He will do everything possible for them not transmit the virus from one patient to the next, by making sure they follow all the steps that we come to, universal precaution or, protecting, that chain of transmission there. So I really hope the government use this money wisely. Like I said the last time, use them for improve the health system so that, God forbid, we're not going to go for any other viruses again at this lifetime, you're going to still utilize the resource or the place where you don't put in place for lab and benefit from that. What about building a hospital that have all the technologies that we need to take care of people? Are they thinking about that? I don't feel so. The other thing why the question, what about the people that went in at the quarantine center? The treatment that they receive, they don't deserve that. Before you go by Motoka, what about making sure they don't really get, the treatment that they need, and the nurses them, the healthcare workers them, then they get paid on time, then they get hazard pay. I think say that encouraging, people will let for see them kind of thing. And then when you want to do lockdown, make sure they charge lightly. Them basic things in our country. So we really, now the thing and I know I feel them for do and begin to think how best. We need to tell them say, now this, but we'll just give them suggestions. Right? So that's now what you need to think about that particular. And the last thing I want to talk about, where the last time we get them, put them from Kuwait, we sisters them where they left Salon for going to other country. When you do something like that, ask yourself, is it worth it? For like risk your life, you go. What if you've been going now, somebody where they will kill you? Then it's very scary. And the treatment what they say and they get from the people there because they consider themselves they're now housemaid, but not to housemaid. I would say that slavery. Somewhat that's slavery. We don't really pass that. If people in that other country where still say Africans, we still get into that life, those years are gone. Really, those years are gone. And we brothers then where they try for do the arrangement, where they do not say God they watch you. Because them people and then ladies and they do not deserve the things and when they treat them with. Yes, and they feel say that they go out there for better future, but really not to that and they get. A heartbreak, and then they just feel say, why for return? If I can't go back to Salon, things are not well. That's all can make people that they hold on. But doing that, it can lead to so many traumatic problems, post-traumatic disorder. The day them will left the psychological effect on them, it could be very great. So we really want to tell them, we two brothers them, when are the journalists and then, we hope say, when you do the part 2 of that interview we will get the embassy and foresee how best they're going to help, with Sierra Leone sisters them. And the one that we still consider for really, I think let them begin to think. I'd rather you go back to school, you do something that will help you in your country, but at least nobody will treat you like the way them ladies that they go through right now. Whether not 60% good or bad, for me, those are not the lives that I would want, for myself. So I don't even want it for my enemy. And I don't have an enemy. Actually, I don't. Thank you very much, Tripoli.
Thank you very much, Aissatou. Thank you.
Yeah, and Eid Mubarak once again to everybody. Thank you. I hope we all stay safe. Have a good weekend.
Before you go, yesterday, you did with me or you don't go?
I'm still here.
Because yesterday, the first lady say, where they get a statement, he say, Madingo people in the lek boku cook. He says so. He says so. Then you say, the day for Prede, all can eat together for dinner, Madingo was so me at the camp.
Right.
So I come from you.
Simply, not say you will make it on time. But anyway, I don't begin the cooking today. It's like where you don't start cooking. You know, tell you no lie. It tell you exactly, what they do. And I truly tell you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Eid Mubarak to you and your entire family. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Make we out us friend. Make we hear waiting us friend get for we. Yes, us friend. Waiting a summary for today.
All right. Summary. I get a few things I just want to summarize. Well, before I say that, I will say hello to everyone who they are today, tonight, or the morning, depending on how you day. The first thing I want for just clear, somebody still the actual they more than too much about the body if they get this virus. I still don't answer. I'm very fine. I just want to add a little bit today. See, naturally, once a man of himself, when he die, like you die. When you really die, you die only because of that breath you don't done. Okay, but it don't mean say scientifically, you don't really die. You cells, they don't die. Now, for that, people, they can tell them, say, they give them a machine for live. They actually don't die, some organ, everything, but just for a few things, then they live. But in the real death now, because all organs, then the major one, everything don't die, but some cells that then they really live in your body, like tissues them. Whether they mean so, no means they will able to make you live up again. But in terms of scientific research, scientific work, some of the tissues them, like they can use them even for further research. They can take some tissue and those dead things, try to find like a virus or a bacteria, then they get where they can culture that thing, then they use them in terms of labs and for other further research. So obviously, would expect if they live inside that dead tissue, means the person don't die that tissue there, it will be very viable for transmit. It depends the type of disease what you die with. If now like them respiratory sick, they are most of the time, then they get the swab from oral fluids. Then the fluids will either come out from the nostril or the mouth, depend the type of disease. So that one the person let you know. The person don't die. Yeah, but in a certain period, they deal with the cells and they live, so they can use them, some tissue, for some reason, not mostly they're active. Then I just the one thing. Then this area where people and they use this mask issue, yeah, will to don't tell fine, but say, they not just they use mask where they suffocate you, use the mask when you know, say you did next to somebody or a crowded place. Now, once letting people and say, go try, let them go understand. They are the way that they help for let people know, na salon more. So I know we just the wear no more because today I see people when a driver inside one of the media ministry, they ask and stop him. I think at the Waterloo, somebody, one of the bosses in Waterloo, what they call it, the rural part of the capital, western rural, we have to see western rural. So that's why the mountain up, the police can't stop and the driver, he put two masks there. And literally, they take the one ready for wearing. So there are people that will get actually the mask, but they just get issues for wearing. When all that driver talk to this, they don't try to identify why people no one use the mask. You know, some people are there. Why you say no one use the mask? Why you know one for use? I don't just say wear them. And when they ask you say wear them, now afraid you don't afraid to answer. Say well, I not just want wear them because of this. But let them go again further. Say well, if you know wear them, you go able to explain why you know the wear them. Then go further for explain. You the use and use for this. Then I want to, because if you don't get oxygen, obviously you're not able to survive for long, actually, but it depends the method of how you get the oxygen. Because the oxygen is useful, like I've explained, you don't get oxygen, now your cells then after the muscle and the tire. Because that energy within our cells, where you don't eat the food, now that very oxygen where they travel, take the cells and they break and a kind of mechanism for break the energy release in your body, when they say adenosine triphosphate, they can just say an ATP. Now so the energy they store. In case like something like you starve or hunger time, that energy you will use that for they sustain you. The way they get fresh energy and for release that energy, they muscle then work and other things they work. Then I just one part. Then if we come back to the area where they see the coordination, they get a problem. It's a very serious thing actually, where in coordination, they go away some, then they can't talk this today, then they know what the other one they don't do. You see, the area is all they do good thing. One part they do one thing, other one they do one thing. But because they come together so that they will join together for say, okay, what you say this week, or what you say this week, or what thing they happen that week, they don't address them. Then they come, then produce and wants to people instead of then they create doubts. And it don't happen few things them during this presentation when they do press release. So I only hope what them go able for look into them, when them go able for make sure so they do well. Come out to this area and Kuwait. And just a short one, I just want for 3 days. From me observation that net, the whole net, now more of negative things than they happen more to the percentage of the people that they go there. Because I feel that some of them, now because of one again, the culture, they understand them. Because some then they tell me, say, like the picking of the mommy, they behave well, or the mommy, they behave well, the picking, they behave well. Then some they say that this particular tribe, some they say not to this tribe. Then some they say that the same Kuwaiti, but on a different person, in they do this. So again, now Kuwait, if you look at 4.137 million, so then we will put past them. But because of it being well industrialized, because of petroleum and other things, they get a lot of history and that passion place there. They become a very good people for do big business. And that business they do, they can attract people So that attraction, then they really get people that they migrate there. Now they are feel say they get a better type of number. Immigration. I don't know if na the 20, na the 18, yeah, na the 18. One of the good one, when you go like na the website, you migrate, you go okay. The one they go na that other one, they at least that chance they then take for do like a duplicate. That 18, that 20. But what I have for still no more now, when they go, there are people that were very, very, very friendly. Now people that were very open, but then get some other issues back. What I believe say some people don't be identified. Then they say if you go, you see and they pray. According to the culture, they wouldn't get for years back. For they watch the, if you know to Muslim, they watch, they wouldn't even pray. Then they talk about people and back way not for worker, you one, a woman. The way they take transportation, for take them very late in the night, you one green, or if you know a particular taxi where you don't book, then specify that one day. But in terms of peaceful thing, they really somebody sorry about this, not just a call coincidence. So now I just want to put that side there for see them just understand the people that few culture they get. If you culture they really get. When they get in culture they are now then they help them for let them go able for go before whether they welcome people and for cancer and but there are issues where they get for understand with embassy in a salon because we know the embassy where the voting can say so it go very, very hard for let we go able to decide say the embassy don't not do well. Because so they say when they reach the airport then they go direct. So I don't go blame them or I don't know if now the company the agents they make sure say they're able to get access because to salon people and the agency branch then they but then they use salon people for can bring for them people and then are the agents then they pay them then they left from a business between then the agents and then guys there who they work on and then they enclose area there who they make it and they run. So that side now I don't know what's in the ambassador they do. If the people then get access for register or the ambassador will able to try identify the agents they are in stores or then whatever you call the office, they go meet them, say, when you bring salon people, they will know about them, will know about their welfare, if the law permits, or in any way, they try even stop that immigration day. But because they stop, what they do, they go past Guinea, past other side them. So that one, I don't know back if they have bilateral union, they wouldn't go to Africa, then we will stop and back. Then the one thing before we go for Congo. The other thing I just want for Rob Morton now regarding this chloroquine, I would play just the day behind why then they stop and why then they stop. If you see malaria back, when they say falciparum malaria, I feel say you don't be a victim of a once. Where they see the malaria, they well, you travel. Well, for them disadvantage, they are all they stop chloroquine because they able to kill the malaria parasite. The malaria, they always run, they go hide inside the liver. And when they go hide, they go regroup. If you meet the system where you're not able for the suppressor, where you don't travel, so they don't get even mosquito bites, they kind of like Europe. Maybe after some months or years, they develop again. Now they call the falciparum. So then disadvantage there, all nine they look see well. The best thing would drop chloroquine, apart from the other side effect themselves. Because you know the men are so. But now after years, if the system able for adapt, get mosquito bites, they make it well. So then I just one thing back, I want for let clear people and then just stop for think about chloroquine. Now left them to the people who are FDA like in America or BMJ or British Medical Association, who then dependent in their people like they try to decide, they will know how they go. Because going to be any perfect things for me. Then on your side, in terms of the for today on take, the only thing we'll not go just talk and I want to we'll not get joke at least. I just be like for talk say like Ebola, the which man they wouldn't know say Ebola in Africa come out. Now very, very strong name. Now I go gear. Then call I think na Ebola. That name this if person go graph for talk is so hard. But when you look this virus, I wouldn't know say now which man country come out. Then the gear fine name Corona, COVID, and all the rest of it. But we know say we Africa we stay strong because we get people with potential. We really capable of able for do all that things they are. Who need for do. Yes, who need for do so that nobody knows say the phone not be there with me. I don't know if the team been they go clear.
Yes, it go clear. Thank you very much.
It go clear. Yeah, thank you very much. So I know what they think. So for that, just a joke. But apart from that, everything let people and just follow the mandates and the rules them wouldn't they need for tell the master sabi people them and continue for do whatever we need for do so that we'll fight the disease. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Usman. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Make a count, Tony. Yes, Tony, what do you want to summarize for it today?
Yeah, two things. One, we discussed, I think was it on Monday, we discussed on COVID-19, on the impact of COVID-19 on small businesses in a saloon. Where, I light the issues and way it just try for exposed. Because basically, we may already get the structures them in place. I don't think it go hit with too much, you understand, because considering the number of the population size we get. But I raise one issue, we say we get an institution called Sleeper. And somebody may call, I don't know now, the rest for whoever we call him, this guy for say, Belford, yeah. Yes. When I highlight some issue, then why make we get issue with that? Because we get also name them like some king services where probably will not get a very good institutions. Then where we will give loans to people them way more secure at a lower interest rate. When then they make not that we not get the ideas for do business or the business acumen. Those are long term people them talk. Salomon not so businessman. No, the Salomon the way we get now they get the ideas. If you take Gentle where they make the road, he's a Sierra Leonean. He's an entrepreneur. And we get other businesses that we owned by Sierra Leonean, but the capital outlay in setting up some of this business. Now they challenge the way make when COVID come now or this corona affect some people the way now they complain the other the way you go where them the team go interview where they say some money they pay $2,500 for their shops and everything and business right now not day and everything is like an expense on them. So something they best mention where it tell me say true because who credit bank come and then they give loans to Sierra Leonean and they go married. Now first they talk down the way people then they give loans to Sierra Leonean businesses and go married, people they use the money for go married. The problem we don't they talk now this way now the underlying factor we're responsible for outside salon this so they like it today. Now law and order and lawlessness. So categorize it. The reason why I make a decision, so I just want to highlight this quick. I just want to make a brief. Most of these banks giving loans, those microfinance institutions giving loans to people. Now we serve as Sierra Leone and they kill them organizations here where they come. I will tell you the reason why. And I will give you evidences and proof. You got people that already work for the institution and then they come, now say, KEMSA need a loan of 40 or 50, 100 million. KEMSA already forgive this loan of 100 million. Then in 2-3 months, you go see the loan officer can say, hey, but if you first always on cinema, they wipe this loan here for you. They go wipe them inside the system. You understand? So it's like a syndicate, and all these things that already happen as a loan, a syndicate. Engoka, you give them okay, say, you don't owe them, you don't take 100 million. You give them 50 million back. You understand? That 50 million, they negotiate with him and the IT person. give the IT person something, say, hey, bro, just wipe under the system no more. Because they don't get that kind of audit system, they're going for audit system. And because now connivance with the IT person, the people the way they in-house stay, most of these organizations, they run at a loss just because of we. You understand? But if they can set precedent, you understand? These are the problems why people credit got to a point where they're going to solvency. They cannot even meet their liability, so they have to sell out. They therefore sell to EcoBank. You understand? I just bring this scenario for let explain to me, brother, why make some of these institutions. I don't call the company name now. Microfinance themselves they do. I get party they want me to work for that microfinance. Them as staff come together, then take over 300 million. They share to themselves. They make a fake name, a business name, request for loan through this institution where they work for. Give them this loan. You understand? Within a certain just then delete her from the system. You understand? So when they talk about salon in problem, also a day like a today. Now we are the problem. Now we, because some of these institutions here go day. You know, some get very good idea for develop the business landscape in Sierra Leone. But we self are Sierra Leoneans. Now we they kill them. Now we say they connive again, rip the system off. Go against controls, you understand, and whatever. You understand? So I'm just decided for bringing this up for explain to me, brother. Waiting at the reason why I make some of these institutions, then they fold up. Not other people, they use the money, they go married. No, the genuine business people are doing business and they pay taxes. They pay taxes and they pay interest rates. But if you have those few people that want to work for these institutions, them, we just visit them for gentry overnight. They all want for drive luxurious car, all want for build big mansions and everything. These are the dependent factors. These are the mitigating effects. You understand? The reason why I bring them up now for why I make some of these institutions they get problem. But are you able to control this situation? Now where in law and order they work. I tell you, I work for Center for so many years. The people that were thief, were defraud, some of them they in this government they serve. Plenty of them they not come. Where I know call name. But because their institution and the world they work for, they're not a win case. They only win case. So what did they happen? Me now na Saloma, I don't go school na Saloma, I don't go college, university or whatever. I get party they want a lawyer or whatever. Case they don't want to do embezzle. They go me 2-3 months. Hey, I come to Wale go down for me. You have 500 or we have 50 million. You have this one that. So I don't know. They go left they adjourn the case, and most of those companies they don't get that energy. They for take time for they go na court every time. So say they go adjourn the case and they for 2 months. They go adjourn for 3 months. And you don't get that energy. They. You understand? But the only thing we're going for develop Salome, man, you understand, eh? Now the law and order and get for set. And get for set and waiting that the why make the law and order go be beneficial for most of these institutions where they come and flow to people there. Now if somebody default, you understand, in payments, there is strong penalties. You understand? Because even if government they can't give them money now, let's say government they can't give this money as aid to most of these business people. If they don't have a strong system in place for control people the way they go take their money then it go equally be the same problem what we don't see on most of them microfinance institutions and we don't the so there must be a state penalties if anybody will defraud. You understand? Then one aspect one more for clear because time no me day on Monday follow discuss. The other area again one talk on now where you talk about leak constitutional instruments. At times we don't work at management level. Then that's what they call grapevine. When you want for test the water, or what you want for get feedback, most times in the institution, especially for governance in salon or the kind of thing, then go make them paper then they at times, then go left an about room. Not for saying that then I forget some. It is an intentional reason. The reason why you do you want for see waiting and probably they want for cut down on staff their lunch allowance or they want for cut down on allowance. They will just make a paper, leak paper, then put a left on about room. Probably cleaner or whoever we walked in and find out that paper. They say, but they forget paper na boardroom. They want for cut down on allowance. Probably they want cut down on the transport allowance. Then the all ears are on listening to the feedback. If they see people that they gumble, not favorable or certain decision where they want to take not favorable, then they can go back and review this. So me not say that is that documents then a leak. It's an intentional document. It is. They do it on purpose just for making them see waiting go be the feedback because you remember see the first documents where judges have a go na parliament. Remember, they say the president for the spend, give accounts, something on the impress system or whatever. You know, people then kick hell. Honorables then come up and this and that. The populace, they all raise eyebrow on that no, these are taxpayer money. There should be some accountability and everything. So this is not the same thing. It's not a leak, but they just want to see waiting at the public reactions. Waiting people then will say over this thing. You understand? So now that basically make them do it. But really, the government need to learn a lot of things from the past regime. These are some of the things that will affect the past regime. Public fund has to be spent prudently. Just like Dr. Diallo they say, Kake Diallo they say, you can't spend money on lesser things. Things that way not they bring mileage. Things that way are less important in the business. The people that way they work on the ground, you understand, where they do this job right now, where you go say now the LTOs them, they have to be paid well. They have to be satisfied. They have to be catered for. There's no problem buying many vehicles or whatever, but they have to spend prudently. The reason why I made them go for spend on anything, they really, you don't need, at this stage right now, you don't need a luxurious vehicle for do this job. You need standard vehicle that will go take person from point A to point B, because this corona thing with the around, so it therefore affects economy. Listen to World Bank, the reports. It not only going to affect the Western world, it will hit Africa more than the Western world. Especially we're donor-driven, grants and whatever. They come from their side. If the one way they help you, they're in crisis, they're in trouble, it going to affect you self. So they have to really, really be careful the way they spend. And one thing I can always tell you, we know, we also to the salon not get standard drugs. They don't have no standard drugs. I feel say high time for this government, you understand, or the Minister of Health. I mean, they've been doing well in some areas. Let them try see how they can stock government hospitals with standard drugs. There are no drugs. You go to the drugs, so I've said it several times on this program. You go outside and they even keep the drugs them correctly. It's not under any cool atmosphere, not under the proper atmosphere where you can store drugs. He hot, he this, he that, no ventilation, no this. You understand? I've said it several times on this program. If you see we get treated the high, me man. Me mama sick na evidence. Me na to then say fact based. This same 34 CDC, the Center for Disease, na they me mama me admit. 80% of the medication the women mama drink till he die were medication bought outside. Some bought from the staff that way they work. They go tell you say, hey, this medicine I will get her. No go buy them. Your medicine where you buy self before you go buy from the pharmacy where you come. You don't even see them give you parents. So it's like they either get counterfeit drugs when they use more. Then you probably your medicine where you don't go buy an Imex pharmacy where you see say this expensive. Then they can't keep them. Then they use their own drugs the way they get through they give, because you don't know where they process the medication. You go just see the cow syringe and need to go fop, then pump inside, or they can connect with the so. The problem what would they get in death rates in a salon before even corona, and problem of medication. First year we get drugs cost recovery. We people that they go and buy the medicine with government, they really take control. There's no medication. It's like a whole syndicate. You know, it's all the day discussion. I just know I'm still the issue, but government need for spend prudently. There's nothing wrong in buying those vehicles, but then therefore look at the effect we get, how many benefits you get for get. Do you understand the thing where you get for get? Because you can't buy those luxurious vehicles. At the end of the day, the people that win are the health workers. They are not satisfied. Then still they go home, they grumble and this, you know. And I start to just say something. How you go buy them till the day will not get ambulance? This is not the problem. But they get in a salon. Ambulance then day, but these are not ambulance. The ambulance the women they see now then say I will then get for from the point where they pick you up, they for begin administer treatment straight off. From that very point, say we not get an ambulance. Then probably you don't see them, but me not ever see them kind of ambulances in the days. So now that me own take. Then therefore really they've been doing well, but the rate at which it's like they're running out of ideas. It's like they're running out of ideas. The rate at which people then they die. The rate at which things are going. It's not really nice. You know that me own take, Abraham.
Thank you very much, Tony. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, caller, your name and who side you call from, please.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Triple A. Adam, I call from New York.
Yes, Adam, I get the platform.
Okay. I just want to talk about Kuwait. What is happening there? Now, question where I want to ask, if you go, are able to answer that question, or to the people that went in Kuwait, for brothers then and sisters then, especially the visa 20 people that went in, most of the time are women then. I mean, I know safe for say everybody they try for find something, forget something to help your family and everything like that. Let me just take the government out of this equation. But the citizens of that country, the man specifically the way you talk to him, I know say it benefit from him, but I also it help with people. But the question when you want to put on to none of this, anything all they do now this world there, we want to forget a reward. If you don't mention the good one or the bad one, if the bad one pass, you got for just forget about it. Because if not, you never go anywhere in life. So this visa 20, it really do horrible things to some of those people then. I mean, majority, 80%. Because if not 80, even if let's say 50-50, but if it's 80% AAA, I don't think it worth it. Because that girl, when me listen to her, when they talk to you, my heart broke. The kind of treatment when they Kuwaitis and they give that woman. Here you are, you say you're not Muslim, okay? Somebody they work for you. You say you're not God person. You they treat her that kind of way. Okay, it's a human. So what do you mean? The question me want for give to these people here, pass through them. I hope they'll listen to me. They'll listen when me they talk. If there's any other way, what they would help them people then, especially the visa 20, for going to that country there, for supervise them, for make sure they're not able to go through this maltreatment, whether Kuwaitis and they didn't. Then I question that AAA. Okay. The other thing we want to talk about is the Minister of Information. That day they made a watch AYV with Dr. Yakela. First of all, the minister was so arrogant because every question where they put him, it knock him off. Okay? You don't answer, you don't come out with the right answer. Just like when I all the talk, because I listened from the beginning of this forum to now. Okay, and I also say thanks to Asatu, to Yusred, and to the caller we just come out, and also Mr. The first one, whether not the analyst again, I can always forget it.
Usman Toli.
Okay, yes. I don't really I don't go back to school. There are so many things that women don't learn. When I even don't know, or I'm not really getting time for just sit down and think about our country. And I thank for all of them, okay, for all the things they want to do, especially Asatu, okay. I mean, could you imagine? There are so many other doctors in this country, yeah? RNs, nurse practitioners, yeah. But Asatu, the things the way they do, okay. Me, they say to you, my dear sister, Dr. Asatu, I thank you, and God will bless you, and God will continue to bless your family and your children. Because it's unheard of, okay? Most people that are in this country, yeah, they don't even care. Not even the young people then, but for you, they take the time to do all that thing with all your busy schedules then. I thank you very much. Maybe someday we all will meet. Okay, so the other thing, we go back to this information, Minister of Information. Okay, that guy was so arrogant, AAA. All the questions the way they ask in the master, why would I go buy expensive SUVs and all the things of what people in a day in that center, food for eat and nuggets? What are they not they drink? Why would they maltreat with our young people then? For what? So now the question me put on to you to Kuwait. Okay, more of Kuwait. If that people then they were able for help with sisters and brothers. Okay, they're going to put under that kind of maltreatment. Even all over the world they do this. Okay, if you don't mind, give me just a few seconds, AAA, please. One of the children, when I'm in your family, my nephew, graduate from EPAM as master's degree. That year, they want to forget that they're all going to go now Israel. He called me and I said, Auntie, they want to go we work there. I said, I'm not. He said, all of now, almost all this, the class of that year. I tell him, I said, you know what? If you come to the United States, even though you don't come to the state with me there, if something happens, I will help you. But this is very fishy for me. Because don't tell me for say, Israel not get also graduates then. If nothing what they want for do, maybe few of them will go, let them go bring in a salon, they will not benefit from it. Why will not all forget that? I said, this is not right. I tell you right now, I tell them. And for God hold, none of those people, they do them because the government want to keep them out of the question. So to my thing is, so what do they want for do? They want to kick all of them people out. May they go so that I tell me nephew, I say, listen, for all the years you don't do for university, for all the yabao don't do, me and my sister. You know, go yonder, they're going to give you for place for go sweep. You're not going to do that. So these are the things the way people that they do. Even in the United States, I'm talking to you, AAA. People are bringing other people's children in this country, they maltreat them. So let somebody get over there and advocate for what they explain and tell the truth. All they want, what they want for doing, I know the business they do. But let them stop for lying. Let them tell the truth, what did they happen. Okay. So I thank you very much for giving me this platform to express myself, AAA. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Adama. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and inside the call from?
Yeah, this is Omar. I call from Minneapolis.
Yes, Omar, you get a platform.
Yeah, sorry, I drive. The background may be noisy a little bit.
Yes, it does. But just make it quick.
Yeah, related to that create stuff. This like a modern day slavery, this, you know. I know say literature them in one day before say yes. We now sell we on Fambul like then that to abroad for let them be slaves then. It look like say this time similar thing like this. Because their story then they were the people and they say, or especially then girls then they say in that place, that's modern day slavery and I don't go believe say we go able to do that to we on Fambul and system. You know? I know say Sierra Leone so tough, but for let you get mind do that to you on Fambul, for let you don't tell us what you to go into. The contract, no nothing. Of course, some of them you know express say them you know say that I don't know how you call that made stuff today, but that's more than this slavery that you know. I don't think we will do that to we sell. Even if na money you spend, you get for penna in the journey way, and that way the way you see sister, brother and the suffer. You cannot see how somebody will go work 24/7. You don't get one break. You know they get your money you deserve. And I disservice to your nation, you know. Secondly, about the corruption stuff, I know some people in the talk say the government, that the people that went and they top like the government and corrupt. I tell you, say, every single person at that place, if you reduce that number there, you're not going to reach how many percent we're not corrupt at that place. Every single person. Because if you don't go to that place, somebody when your own person says them, they don't know, say, they smell some money by you or other stuff. They're going to spend every kind of way for let them rip you off, let them exploit you, every which way. You know, so corruption is not just the upper people that are the upper class. So, no, it's all sides. But they could have don't mention the upper class there for no better. Anyway, you know, they're for no better. Because if you don't get small, you know, need for put up and that kind of stuff there. You know, that's my own time tonight, yeah?
All right, thank you very much, Omar. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Omar, our last caller for the day. Our last caller, the phone line don't close now. We don't try. Now the local thing for today. I hope say everybody go get a beautiful weekend. You are there usai Monday na holiday. You are na tomorrow again for enjoy your Eid Mubarak. Again, we want for wish everybody, Muslim brothers and sisters, them, a happy Eid Mubarak. It is authority standby in position. Say Tanzania and Rwanda are two examples of what good leadership look like. Michael Coker say in the response to lie, he say na because na lie begin to insult at them. We all know one people make we just see one side, please. We go join AYV on Sunday tomorrow, and on Monday we go there. I bet we go don't begin see how the Motor Drivers Union then go ready for take care of their own. Their own press release say who don't know a face mask no go enter na their own transport them. Oh, see that day on Monday, then we wait for the 1st of June for the police and also the soldier them. But I just hope say we will get more information from Ministry of Health and Sanitation about defaulters, what will happen to them. So that the soldier they not gonna make their own rules about waiting for do its defaulters. We go back Monday till we meet again. Tripoli, Tata.